Welcome back, everyone, to our gameplay series of Farm Manager 2018. So in our last video we got some more slaughterhouse work done, and it looks like we've got, okay, we're still waiting for the inseminator here. We had a bunch of those messages come in toward the end of the video. I think we've gotten all of them clicked now, and yes, looks like we're in good shape. Now I have a sneaky suspicion that our slaughterhouse that is focusing on the chickens is simply not going to have enough chickens to go around. So I think what I'm going to do, since we only have the two over here, we have a couple of options. I could try to put a couple more over here, or I think the simpler option is just to have them use some of the chickens and maybe some of these others like the cows and everything, to simply have them use ones we've already got up and going. Because I've got an idea of what I'm going to try to put in here. Plus, I'm probably just going to go ahead and buy this land, not worrying about the water that runs through it. But I may go ahead and just purchase this anyway. So I think the first thing I want to do is just go ahead and change all of these to 25. I mean, these guys are running around in a truck, so it shouldn't take them all that long to get over there if they need to. So I feel like that will at least give them something to do all the time, and hopefully won't cause any issues for us. Alright, we still got a little bit more work to do on these greenhouses, and I think with that we are caught up. Okay, so now we can start to talk about some things that I want to do. So we've already gotten going with the land. Let's see if we can squeeze one more slaughterhouse in here. And we may not be able to. I may have to simply combine in with one of these other slaughterhouses for what I have planned now. But let's go ahead and start out, and we'll find out if we do. Yes, looks like we do, at least for now. Okay, let's go ahead and get that one set up, because, let's see, I need the road to extend out here like that. Okay, we got more animals ready for breeding. I mean, so these chickens, I mean, we've already seen they breed a lot. So that tells me that our slaughterhouse is coming to get them on a regular basis. So I think that is off and running in a good way. But so what else do we have left here to deal with as far as the slaughterhouse? Well, we haven't done anything with rabbits yet. Now, I sort of cringe a little bit at the thought of working with these rabbits. And the reason is very simple. The rabbits, from what little experience I have dealing with them in this game, they take up a lot of time. Because these messages that we're getting right now for the inseminator, we're going to get them a lot with the rabbits. And I mean a lot. So I feel like we're going to run into some issues there. But first, let's see. We got 5 out of 8. So room for 3 more there. 1 more there. So room for 4 overall. Yeah, we're going to need some more housing for these guys. So let's just go ahead and put that down while I am thinking about it. And let's see, do I want to put it this way? Actually, I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot. Let's just go ahead and put it down right there. Okay, and then we can start putting out our rabbit hutches. And you can see these guys don't take very much room. Okay, now, so the question becomes, if I put one there, no, I'm going to need a little bit more space there. If I do it like, no, still can't. Okay, no big deal there. And so what I'm going to then do is lay them out like this. Yeah, 3. And do the same thing right up here. And why can't we put down another one? Oh, because it, wow, a little bit too far over. Okay, so once I purchase this land over here, that'll be a non-issue. Because again, the land in this game is just really not that expensive. So even though a portion of the land would be unusable because of the water, not really all that worried about it. Okay, it looks like we are almost done with the hutches. Okay, almost done there. Okay, yeah, let's fast forward a little bit more. There we go. So now everything is up and ready, and of course our greenhouses need some more love. So let's take care of what we can here right quick. And thank goodness for that top right hand corner, because if that weren't there with those messages, I would normally completely forget about a lot of this, especially whenever we're focused on something like we are right now. Okay, let's go ahead and start out with 3 more workers, and we'll put them here. Okay, that's not terrible. There we go. There's one. And we'll put it where? Okay, looks like in that first one. Okay, no problem. And now where do we want to go? Okay, 495. That's not bad. So let's go ahead and get that one. Oh, 471. Also good. And one more. We can come back to that one that I saw. See, there's 510. That's not bad at all. Okay, so overall we got some pretty good choices. Let's go ahead and get this guy to fill out our 3. And then let's go ahead. We'll make sure we get the ones we want in here. So there's 4 out of 5. Max out the training. And 4 out of 5. Max out the training. And one more time. There we go. Max out the training. So now we're perfectly good to go for that. And of course, if we choose the current production and then work our way down to rabbits. Okay, so there's room for 5 in here. Let's go ahead and say take anything above 2. Even though we haven't gotten these guys going just yet, let's go ahead and set this up. Okay. Alright, let's hire some more people. This should be... Alright, 8 out of 8. Good. We've got room for one more there. I will probably put... Let's just go ahead and put one person in there just to fill out that particular area. Let's see. Who do we want to hire here? Okay, a little bit expensive, but if we have to, we have to. There we go, 4 out of 5. Let's see, where do we want to put them now? Okay, let's put you right there. And then we'll scroll back over and max you out as well. Then we can come in and actually buy 2 animals, and they're allowed food. Looks like we've got oats and wheat. Well, we've got a few strawberries for them to eat right now if they hurry up. Same thing with peppers. Do we not have any more grass? Like none? Alright, we had a bunch in here. Okay, so we've already converted all that to silage, which is perfectly fine. I tell you what, we're fine on rabbit food for now. That should be no issue. Okay, let's go ahead and hire some more people. Okay, there's one. And let's see if we can find several others. In this case, I do prefer to find ones that don't have multiple things here, unless it is the strength or the endurance as part of the multiple. And the reason for that is because I'm trying to make sure that they don't accidentally get chosen for some of our greenhouse work or something along those lines by accident. And the best way to do that is simply don't give them any of the abilities that they would normally have. Okay, so we got one in here. Let's go ahead and get a couple of rabbits. And let's go back to find some more people. Well, see, they're making it harder on me now. I don't want... There we go. That'll work. There's another one. That'll work. Any more good ones in here? There we go. That's not bad. Okay. And now, see, I've actually forgotten how many I hired. Was it 3? Yeah. Okay. Take care of that. Let's purchase. Animals are ready for breeding. Who is it? Oh, it's the chickens. Or no, I'm sorry. That's actually the goats, not the chickens. Okay, so we've got, we're trying to get 2 over here. That might actually be them coming in there. And take care of this. Which easy to lose track of which ones of these hutches you've actually dealt with. Okay, so they're bringing in these 2. And now we've got those, so I need 2 more for now. 2 more employees. Actually, yes, we already have 1 more ready to go. Complete their training. Let's see, is that the same? Yeah, we're still waiting on the inseminator there. Okay. So we got caregivers ready to go. 2 lined up, and we need, I believe, just 1 more employee, and we'll be done here. At least for now. And, well, I mean, we got a few options, but nobody that I really want to hire. Okay, let's exit out, come back in, and try this again. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Just something really basic. Okay, and so there's our 2. Let's come back in and let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit here. In fact, let's go ahead just so we have something to do. Let's just go ahead and fill a few of these up. Okay, there we go. Give these guys time to get a little bit of food in there for the animals. Yeah, they're still... which one has a low amount of food? Okay, yes, they definitely have a low amount of food, but I'm sure our guy is working on it. This is the guy that we've got that's got to travel the longest way. I mean, granted, that's not that far to go. All right, so now we're finally getting into some issues with... I'll tell you what. Hold on just a minute. Yeah, you can see the food is definitely... It needs to be on its way, and our workers aren't quite quick enough to get it where it needs to be. So we're starting to get there. Let's see. Oats and wheat. Let's see. Maybe some sunflower. Oats and wheat. For now, let's see what we've got. We can go ahead and transfer some of this wheat. Maybe. There we go. Transfer about 3,000. I mean, these rabbits aren't going to eat very much. So that'll give them a nearby food source. And then let's go over to... let's do oats. And let's do about 500 of that. Okay, so now they've got some food nearby. Hopefully that'll help out with this situation and get that taken care of fairly quickly. Okay, well, we got all sorts of messages popping up. Okay, let's take care of that. Alright, so these guys should have no trouble getting food. Whether or not they'll do it correctly is anybody's guess. That's something you see a lot in this game. Developers are working on it, so it is a known issue that sometimes the workers just ignore the food aspect of this, but over time, hopefully these guys will get that taken care of. Alright, ready for the inseminator here. That must mean that they have come by and gotten a few of the chickens out. Okay, animals ready for breeding, and there we go. We get our first call for the inseminator, and I'm sure that is the first of many calls for the inseminator we're going to get for these rabbits. Okay, let's go ahead and actually, let's see, how do I want to do this? I know I want to purchase land, so let's go ahead and just do that. Okay, buy the land. Let's go ahead and slow things down just a little bit. All right, so this is the land we're looking at. Of course, you can see this, the water would actually greatly interrupt this area as well. That's just part of the seed. That's part of the map. Some of the maps will have the water, and it'll be well out of the way to the point where it would be a long time before you could reach it. In this case, let's go ahead and purchase this area. It only costs us $58,000. I mean, we're in no issue with the money. So, okay, so let's come back over. Oops, it has turned us around. Okay, there we go. Okay, we'll come back to the greenhouses in just a second. We're going to continue to call for the inseminator as much as we can. There we go. All right, let's come back over to the greenhouses. Okay, let's deal with our cows. Remember, right now the cows take quite a long time before they're interested in breeding. So for now, let's see, where are we going now? Okay, we're still dealing with these rabbits. I'm having a hard time figuring out which ones of these I've already clicked on and which ones I haven't. Okay, in fact, I think what I want to do with these cows now is let's open this up some too. Let's just go ahead and do that as well. With this, let's go ahead. I forget it. We'll just do it two on these as well, just to make sure we have a constant supply. All right, where are these? Okay, that's also with the rabbits. Okay, so which of these have we clicked on and which have we not? All right, there's one. I'm pretty sure we already clicked on this one. Yes. Any more? All right, I think that's it. So again, as I've pointed out before, it becomes a clicker game at some point when you have all these animals. So now you can start to understand why the auto inseminator would be a great thing, so that we don't get this button anymore. We just have an option to turn that off and say, nope, just take care of that automatically for me, and I will be happy. And that way this whole cycle over here can be set off and operate really all by itself without any input from us, the same way that the milk and eggs and all of that type of thing gets done automatically. Okay, a quick glance at, let's see, those are oats. Quick glance at our food. Looks like we're still, I mean, we got plenty of silage, plenty of wheat, and really everything, I think, right now that I can think of. The good news is some of these foods can be eaten by multiple of our animals, so that is a great thing. Okay, it looks like we're getting 2 rabbits each time, because we started out with 2 in each. Now we're up to 4. It's calling for the inseminator again, which will of course put it up to 5. Okay, here we go. Boy, it's game on now. And let's see what we need to do with greenhouses. Okay, I think we've gotten everything clicked on that needed to be clicked on. And by the way, I really wish I could zoom out more than I am right now. It would be very helpful to be able to see a lot more than what we can see, especially as we continue to grow this. Let's see how many of these it's taken. So it's taken cows from here. Let's go ahead and max that back out. It has not touched these yet. What about here? Yes, it has gotten those. And it has not touched that one. Okay, so it's working through that. All right, so now we have this open area again. So I've been thinking about doing a little something different with the farming. So we talked about when we set out these two huge fields and then another quite large one in its own right. We talked about, in all likelihood, I am probably going to get some permanent workers and just, probably 2, maybe 3 permanent workers here and let them take care of all the work with the machinery. Unless we, for some reason, need to hire some more. But I think we can get by with a much smaller number and just have permanent workers that we constantly have doing that. So then there's another way of doing it. So on these fields, if we wanted to plow these fields, well, we don't necessarily have to have any equipment. We could just hire a whole bunch of people. And I mean a whole bunch of people. So like, let's see, 2. Oh man, I'm not even going to count all that. That is a whole bunch of people. So, but if we come over here, it's got room for a couple of machines. Now we're probably not going to do 2 machines on one field, but it's always nice to have that option. And who knows, if we need to speed things up, we can definitely go that route. But you can see that's a lot of people. So what I thought about trying is I thought about coming over here in this little area that we've got. And actually, let's see. There we go. And actually doing a bit of a test. So let's do 65 by 75. So we got that. Let's go ahead and get our road in here. Ooh, the game is really seizing up on me now. We're down into the teens on the frames per second. So I'm having a hard time doing anything and placing anything. So hopefully it'll work through that fairly quickly. I mean, I know we're up to about 66 workers. But yeah, the game is really starting to sputter on me. Okay, and what I thought about doing over here is, let's actually go in, oops, that is not what I wanted to do. I actually wanted to come in and look at a home for seasonal employees. So you can see we can hire 24 people in this one building as opposed to only 8 full-time workers. Now there is some research that we can do to increase some things around, but for right now we got 24. And let's go ahead and put it right down here in this corner. As far down realistically as we can get it. That looks good to me. Okay, so that gives us 24 workers. Now that's not actually going to be enough, I don't think, for this field. I mean, if we take a look at this, I mean, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, and you can see I got a long way to go. So we're going to need a couple of these. And the reason I'm doing this, all right, where was that message on inseminate? That may have been one left over from what I just clicked on. Or maybe not. Nope, maybe not. So I think we're all caught up on that. But what I thought I might do is hire some workers, and over here on these fields, I thought I might use the machines, see how that works out. Because again, I have heard lots of reports of bugs with the machine. So machines getting stuck, things not happening correctly, all sorts of things like that. And I thought I would test that out against using workers for everything. So like literally we would have just a bunch of workers on the field and doing it old school. No machines, everything happens in the most basic way, using the hand tools and the workers themselves. So I thought we would try that out and just see which one we like better. On one hand, I like using the machinery, you know, the tractors and the combines and all that sort of thing, because it makes me think we're going to be able to get it done really quick. And it should be the most efficient way, but it's also expensive because you got to buy a lot of equipment. So that makes me think, well, the seasonal employees will still have to mess with hiring the employees, and probably a couple of times over the course of the harvest season, because being seasonal employees, they don't stay around the entire time. So we might have to go through a little bit more trouble there. However, I am inclined to think that it's a little bit easier because we don't have to worry about whether or not the tools work. Everything's going to be done by hand. So we'll see how it goes. And if we determine that we like one method over another, then we'll simply use that method more often in the future. All right, I'm going to set up actually 2 houses right here for what we're going to do manually. And who knows, we may work this field right here manually as well. We'll just have to see how it goes. I'm not married to any of these concepts. We're here to have fun, and I definitely intend to do just that. Okay, let's see how I'm going to back off actually a little bit with this one and leave room in case I need to put some water out here in the area. Okay, let's see. I don't think we need a road going down through this area over here. So I think we're okay. Let's see, let's back off. Try to make it a nice 75 by 25. There, so let's do that. So now we've got a lot of area to work with, and we'll use a combination of seasonal workers and permanent workers to do just that. All right, let's go ahead and speed things back up some here. And again, we are getting very low frames. We're down in the low teens now, 12, 13 kind of range. All right, in fact, who is our lone worker? All right, I'll let him get at it. Okay, we've got some more breeding that needs to be done. So, of course, all our new fields, they're not going to be worth anything to us until we get to spring. That's when we're really going to get to start to deal with this, as we are coming up on winter right now. Let's see if we already clicked on both of these. I think so. But again, I'm losing track with all of this going on at once. And our rabbit business should be flowing quite well. I mean, it should be flowing quite well. All right, which brings me to our next point. We should have some rabbit meat in here. Yes, we've got some rabbit meat. And now we need to set up that on the auto sell. It sure would be nice if I had a pop-up to say, oh, by the way, you have this new resource that you have been making. Are you intending to sell that or store it or whatever? Okay, so about, we'll call it $12 on that. How much we're going to get there? Well, $2,200. So not very much so far. Okay, let's, as always, scan down through here and make sure I haven't missed anything. There's our rabbit meat. And I think we're good on everything else. Why do we only show 819 silage? Interesting. I'm not sure why that is. Unless the rest of it is in a different place that it can't see or something. Who knows? Who knows? All right, I think we're good there, as far as I can tell anyway. But as always, who can tell? All right, so now we've got, let's see. We've got some different options, like right here. As far as what we can plant, now I have no intention of planting anything right now, but you look like we could do some orchards, and I really want to do some orchards, and I'm thinking about actually using this area for orchards. Now that's a lot of area for orchards, I'll admit, but I'm thinking about doing just that, because again, one of the goals I have anytime I'm playing a game, and especially when we're doing a series on it, one of the things I really enjoy doing is a lot of different things. Even if something is wildly successful, like in general the cow meat is, I am more inclined just to do a whole bunch of different stuff just because I enjoy it. And I like the idea of the orchards simply because with the orchards we get, they're basically perennials. So they're going to grow all on their own. We're going to have to keep doing a lot of work with them as far as you know, keeping them where they need to be and harvesting them and that type of thing. But it's something new and exciting. So I'm thinking about doing just that. But we're in no hurry to do it right now. We've got this land here. It's already purchased. So we could do any number of things actually with that. Let's see. What kind of room do we have? Looks like we've got a lot of room here. And we've got a lot of milk, actually. And one of the things that we had talked about doing before is getting into, let's see, where is it at? Milk processing plant. Now, we're not going to be using the big one. We would probably get started with the smaller one, which is right there. Only $62,000, but I want to see how big is this thing. Oh, my goodness. Holy cow. Wait a minute. Wait. That can't be right. Hold on. Let's just... All right, let's get caught up on some of our work here. We've got animals that need breeding. We've got... Yeah, we got greenhouses that need to be worked. We got a lot of stuff going on here. So, and who knows? Let's just take this one last guy. This poor guy going to have to work by himself. But that gets rid of all the icons. So, did I not, like, seriously, did I not click on the small one? Like, the small? Yeah, small. Small milk processing plant. That is huge. How big is the big one? Do I even want to know? Okay, here we go. Let's see. Yes, large milk processing plant. Holy cow. That, okay, I'll give them credit. That's large. Like, that's large. Oh my goodness. Wow. Now, you want to talk about doing some farming on an industrial scale? Yeah, that's farming on an industrial scale. That's like, oh, look, Walmart bought our farm kind of stuff. That, I mean, good gracious. What about some of these other buildings? Now I'm just interested. What about a large slaughterhouse? Okay, I mean, that's, obviously it is large, but, you know, it's not as big. Now I'm really wondering, let's see. What about a large mill? That is, okay, that's not large. What about, comparatively speaking anyway, let's see, let's go back in. What about this seeding production? Oh yeah, these are small things here. Very small. And we'll probably get into all of these at some point in the future. Who knows, because we're going to have a whole lot. What about the factory? Okay, that is a small juice factory. That's pretty good size for a small. Wow. All right, well, as always seems to be the case, unfortunately, we have run out of time. You can see the game doesn't care, though. The game's like, look, we've got animal breeding to do, so just get on that. So, but yes, unfortunately, we have run out of time, but I really like the direction we're going here. We're going to get a lot of field work done over here, and we're going to have a couple of different methods of doing it, and we'll see which one we like better, or if we can notice very much difference among any of them. So that's going to be something fun. As you can see, we're coming up on winter right now, so that excites me because that means we're getting very close to spring, which brings about new opportunities and new time for expansion. So once again, thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned for more as we continue our playthrough of Farm Manager 2018.